Well, today I'm gonna show you. Oh, what happened? Oh, God. All right, today I'm gonna tell you how to mine Ethereum with RX 578 gigabyte cards, and uh, it's basically going to mine in a best case scenario about 30 mega hashes, depending on the card, of course. You do have different memory, and they can go higher, but most people don't get those cards. Most people have the normal ones, and they're 29 to 30 mega hash per card. I was recently was able to acquire 30 of these cards, actually 18 of one kind, but total of 30 of these RX 570s, and they hash around 29-30 mega hash. But to get there, it was very tough, especially there's a lot of things you have to do, and last time I had only the 4 gigabyte, and they never got more than 25 mega hash. That was because of the memory was affecting the performance, and Ethereum is memory intensive crypto, so it basically needs the faster, higher memory in order to mine more hashes. And as you have probably recently seen that the profitability has increased, I got back into mining, and I sold my old 4 gigabyte mining cards because they're no longer able to mine. They can still mine with some zombie modes, but they are really not effectively profitable like the 8 gigabyte. So I sold the 4 gigabyte, got the 8 gigabyte from Newegg, and lucky for me, they didn't have the limit. So I had 3 different types of card. 2 of them, I believe, gigabyte and what was that? Asus. I got 6 each, and then I got the MSI, which is the nice one too. I got 18 of those. So now I'm trying to set these up on my $10 rack that I just recently got used. But I had the power supplies because I've been a long time miner since 2014, and I'm just trying to do a clean install. I want to make sure it's safe. I just did a boo-boo, and so that tells you that it's not as easy as it looks. It's a lot of time consumption, and if you don't do it right, then you're going to be basically what we call you're going to be wasting power. You're also going to be wasting money, and of course you can burn things up too, because I just found something else. And after recent fire with solar charger, I'm very careful with things, and I was like smelling a funny smell, and that was one of the cords, and apparently I didn't pay attention, and I put in a really low wattage power cable. And there are PC power cables that like power supply cables that are 110 volt, but they are really thin, and the gauge is so small that if you try to run a lot of amps through them, and I'm not even talking about a lot of amps, like these power supply 110 cannot take like 10 amp or more. So these are really cheap, thin, low metal quality, wires, and they are really, they shouldn't be made. But anyway, I made a mistake, so the cable was burning, and I could smell something funny, and I didn't see it till but I didn't leave it, so I found it. Okay, anyway, so get back to the subject of mining. Let me show you the screen. Oh. Okay, so that has to do with that. I am using multiple applications. First thing I want to run is Wattman or Radeon setting, and Wattman from Radeon, trying to keep the voltage manually controlled because I don't want the power supply. All right, so here I am setting up the Wattman power usage or voltage settings on the Radeon settings. These are driver settings, so you can just easily go in. I'm switching it to manual mode right here, and then setting the voltage to 925 millivolts. Okay. All right, and how do I do that? I'll just click on the load profile. I've already saved the profile, by the way. So once you set it up, you save it, and then you are able to load it. Save you a lot of extra repetitive work. All right, see that? 925, 925, 925. That's all I want to do. Okay, all right. I just want to show you. I have to do this to all 6 video cards, which is kind of boring. So I'm gonna get back to the next screen. All right, so I have changed the voltage to the design 9.25, which works for my cars. Yours might be different. Anyway, no longer use minor grid. This is like a 2-year-old system that is running the OS. I'd have updated the Windows though. All right, clicking on the MSI Afterburner. Very good software for setting the clocks on the memory and the core clocks and power limit. All right, so what I want to do is drag this down here. All right, and so when you have 6 GPU, you will see all of them in here. Okay, and sometimes it retains the same setting for all of them, sometimes it doesn't. So it's very interesting. So right now it's saving it my core memory clock to 2100, which is the highest I can go without crashing my cards, and then core clock I'm leaving it at that. I have power limit set to +10, which is something you need to do to keep it at the clock rate you want. Okay, and what else I did? Pretty much it. I didn't check anything else, but I'd make sure all the cards are doing the same thing. So I will go, sorry, I will, yep, okay, all cards are the same. That's all I have to do here. So this part is right, and you'll notice the core clock is going to go higher, the memory clock is going to go higher once I have the app running. Okay, now I'm using a Phoenix miner. I already saved the batch file. If you're interested in seeing it, I will show it to you. All right, so nothing fancy. This is my address right here. Yeah, send money to me if you want to, right there. But yeah, there you go. Very simple, very basic. It's actually a default one. I don't have any fancy overclocking or through the miner. I just do it manually. I might get more fancy, but I'm trying to do it the easiest possible way. So yep, pretty much that. You don't need to do it for multiple video cards. Just have the same one for, it will automatically detect the GPUs and start them. So you don't have to have multiple instances like initially, a long time ago we have to do it. Okay, closing that. All right, now just starting that, double clicking. Okay, there you go. So it starts that. So it's saying no Q.driver, which is fine. It detected the 5 RX 570s, 8 gigabytes. And now it's check the driver 19.2. By the way, there's the blockchain driver that I'm using right now. I had problems with newer drivers because you do, when you are modding the BIOS, the drivers need to be patched, otherwise you don't load, the drivers won't load up in Windows. So in order to do that, I had to downgrade to the older drivers so I can actually do the patch. Otherwise I can't do the patch. Right now it's auto tuning, so bear with me on that. It's already making 148. It's 22.7 hashes per card, which is good. And then you'll notice that slowly going up, and not all of the cards are in sequence. So I mean, it will eventually get to 29. And you have to play with it. I was like very scared that these cards will not do even 20, 25, low on 29. So notice that it's already 29, 246, 384. I'm already at 174. I've been getting 177, 178 max on it, but not for long. So the reasoning is that I think it was the power supply. Now looking at the power output, notice that, sorry, 606 or 604 watts from the 750 watt power supply, and 305 watts from the 500 watt power supply. These are Corsair power supplies. These are very good power supplies. These can do 750 at the 12 volt rail. So yeah, you can get all the power out of it. I've driven them really hard, but I don't want to do it anymore. With ASICs and all the stuff, I had those plugged in. I think the last ASIC I had was it S7? Yeah, I never got the S9. Bitmain S9 was not never. I had S1, S2, S3, S5, or was it S3? Yeah, S3, S5, and then S7, and that was it. All right, going back to this screen. Let's see, what is it? See, 178.4. So it's doing all across the board. To get there is not easy. I mean, these cards require a lot of work, but once you have them running, and I have had them in the past, they're pretty easy. I mean, that you can do it. I do have a Chrome remote desktop on this computer. I mean, all three of them right there. The individual computers are gonna have 666, and total mega hash would be 178 times 3. So you're looking at quite a bit of hash power. Now, of course, I could have gotten the more expensive RX 5700 XT 8 gigabytes. Those pretty much have 55 mega hashes. They're more than double the price of these cards. So I got these for $229. So they're pretty cheap. And I got brand new through Newegg, and that was good. But yeah, I don't think I could have beaten the price with that. The cheapest RX 5700 I got was what you call $500, or no, I got one from Newegg for $479. So even that price it was, but it is more efficient. So takes half the power, or not even a half, I would say a little bit, maybe 75% or 70% of the power. But that is, I'm trying to get those, but I mean, that is the most efficient card, but they're also the hardest to find beside the 3060 RTX 3060 Ti, which is, I have one of those. I paid $600 for it. But I don't want to pay over for a card. Whenever you're mining, you want to make sure you have the retail pricing or used. I mean, I've bought in the past very used cards, but as you can see, this is working great. Notice that, hold on, I will move the screen a little bit up. Hopefully this doesn't crash. So in all, I'm drawing about somewhere between 950, and it just, yep. See, this Wattman is having an issue. It's nothing to do with the computer, and I just wanted to verify that because I switched the power supply to, and two of the cards are on 500 watt power supply, and this Wattman, I mean, it's had some issues. So not Wattman, kilowatt unit. This is power meter has issues. I don't know why I kept it. I should have tossed it, but it's disconnecting it. So okay, I need to throw that one and buy a more reliable one. But anyway, now I know. Since the two cards died, of course my screen is dead. Now I'm going to plug it in without the kilowatt because I'm not worried about it, because it's within the reach. What do you call it? It's within the, yeah, it's within the what I was going to say. What I just showed you is the software. It's not very easy to make tutorials, but and I'm the kind of type of guy that once starting something, I don't want to stop it till it's done. And if you're making a video, you're gonna have to stop. And I'm using an iPhone, even though I have GoPros. I don't want to edit. I want to basically make clips, join them together, put a title, and upload it. And this is why iPhone 12 Pro Max works really good. Has good low light too, so you can see better in low light. And I mean, it's not really low, but it's still not as bright. So anyway, that was my video. I wanted to show you how to build or how to set the 6-card GPU Ethereum mining rig. Okay, thank you. Please subscribe and I'll post more videos. Bye.